Hey loves, it's Robin E.
Good evening, loves. It's me, Lady T. We're coming to you from the East Coast with a review of Basketball Wives Sunday episode? Monday's episode, I'm sorry. And I'm pretty sure many of you have seen it. And I'm pretty sure many people did vlogs, did YouTube videos on the episode. But, you know, as we like to do, we want to give our input on the episode. I'll let Robin Eve start off first. This video is going to be hard for me to contain myself and not use profanity because
you're not going to use profanity.
I'm not going to.
But
I mean,
right.
I mean,
if it comes out, we're grown. Okay, we're not cussing at anyone.
Yeah, but
let's just get into what the episode was about.
Please.
Pretty much. Okay, so the beginning of the episode was a continuation of last week's episode, where Royce was having a meeting with her dad, and she cried and cried and cried and. Then she cried some more.
And that's what he told her. The only one I'm worried about here was my grandson. Classic line of my eyes.
And she's been saying that all week. Like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. Like, okay.
We love you, Royce.
But, so, pretty much, to me, it sounded like her dad was calling her some names.
I would take him to the names, but I mean, he knows his daughter.
Yeah.
And so, obviously, he sees things that we don't see. And I think it's more of a parent's concern for their child. Mm-hmm. You know, just because she's grown, got a child, doesn't mean you stop loving your child or caring, for the well-being of your child. Mm-hmm. So I just think it was concern for her as far as, like, I mean, I think she took the whole needy thing out of context, not saying, like, what was it?
Basically what I said was, I don't think he meant that she was needy because, like, she needed people to take care of her and she needed, help with stuff. Like, I don't think that's what she meant. And I really think, he meant, and I think that's the way she took it. I think he was saying needy as in she always kind of needs to be in a relationship or needs to have the male attention. Not so much being a whore or nothing, but like she always has to be in a relationship or have a boyfriend. I think he meant that type of needy, and she kind of admitted that she doesn't like to not be in a relationship.
Just want to be alone.
So I think that's what it is, and like she said, it's a parent's concern. It's any parent's concern to be, to worry about what your child's going through and who the people they are living in their lives, and so that's pretty much what happened there. Royce's dad got to meet Desmond, and
you know what? I thought he was like the first episode that he was coming on. I was like, oh, God, he's like fine, but he didn't look so cute. That Monday's episode. But I realized that he's like a little,
what I think it is,
like a little rat or something. I don't know, but he's still cute, but just something. I don't know.
You want me to tell you what it was?
What?
Everyone looks cute when you think they're nice and they're good and they're perfect to be together. I think that first episode when we first saw him, no one knew anything that happened with the baby mama and pictures and text messages. And then we find out all that, and then the next scene that we see him, and he kind of looks like a douche. Like, you kind of like, we may not like him as much. Even though they've made up or whatever the case may be, we still, may have our feelings towards it. But anyways. Moving on, so then they do their annual trip, their little tradition. They go on a vacation every year, or every season. This season they went to the beautiful.
That's part of the writing team.
It's tradition. They go to Tahiti, which I'm so mad about because we have been planning to go to Tahiti for 3 years now, and we're going to go. It's Bora Bora. It's Bora Bora. It's the same thing. I think so.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That water was so beautiful.
But. They tarnished our beautiful dream vacation spot.
Let's get to it because like I can't contain myself no more.
Can I finish? Tell them what.
Oh God, please.
Anyway, so they go to Tahiti. It is Evelyn. I think it was Shawnee. It didn't look like Shawnee. Was that Shawnee?
Yeah,
Shawnee. What's her name? Tammy, Keisha, and Susie the Snake.
Liver lips Susie. This is the gays. I cannot stands
So
to
then
be.
went to Tahiti, and I'm talking about immediately as they step off this plane.
I don't think
it gets started.
The plane left the runway to take other people back to the States.
Tammy had got started. It all first started with the coffin in the car.
Let's just be real. When you have an issue with someone that is you probably don't know what the issue is with this person. Mm-hmm. You take the smallest minute thing. Mm-hmm. As this girl coughing, I can see she had a wolfing cough or a bear cough. And stuff was coming out her nose and mouth and ears and nipples and other stuff. But you took a little cough and you blew it up. And you used it as a crutch to start digging in on this girl. To tell another grown woman how to cover her mouth when she coughs. How dare you?
If it's bothering you that bad, you know what you can do? Take your shirt and put it over your mouth.
Exactly.
I mean, if it's really bothering you that bad, but I mean, girl, you know what it is?
We all know.
You know how I used to always say, and honestly, she does it too. My mom does it. My husband does it. What they do is when they're already in a bad mood or sour about something, or maybe don't really care for something or somebody, what they do is they'll find everything possible to try to make them matter. You know, like, they already mad at work, they'll get off work, come home, instead of saying, hey, wash the dishes, and go upstairs and resting, they'll walk in the house, storm into the kitchen, next thing all you hear is cabinet slamming. That's all you hear, stuff slamming, door slamming, dishes.
Telling a lie?
Tootie, dishes. Okay. She does it. Yes, she does it. You'll see dishes being flung, cabinets, and then you're looking like, what's going on?
The difference between me, I can't speak for my brother-in-law, my mother, and whoever else you name, but yeah, I do have a tendency to get frustrated, but I have valid reasons, like, okay, if I get work, my job is stressful, period. So if I come home and the dish is not done, yeah, I blame, but that's different.
It ain't different, it's the same thing.
Yes, it's different when you pick at someone. That'd be like me, if I come home, I'm already mad about something, and I come home and I just say, you're sitting watching TV. I go and cut the TV off. You're not using up my juice.
Yeah, that seems like something you've done. You know it, that's when you stopped. That's what she does.
It's not about me right now. Okay. Tammy, go ahead.
So anyways, Tammy pretty much, that's what she was doing. She was trying to find any reason to make herself mad. Because honestly, this girl did not do anything on that trip that we've seen. Let's throw that out there. That we've seen.
Basketball wives, LA, Miami, New York, New Jersey, Germany. Keisha got to be the person at the least amount of their worries.
Yeah.
Because this girl is a country bumpkin, which I can appreciate. You know, I wouldn't say she's scary, but she's not confrontational. She doesn't like being in hostile environments. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
So the fact that someone doesn't want to engage in all the mess and all the drama and all the BS and all the cattiness, that makes her weak. No, it just makes, to me, a strong woman, because that just shows you, like she said, you're going to look like the fool at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. You're going to want to look like the big, giant jackass at the end of the day, because you're showing you're behind on TV about nothing. Continue.
I mean, and that's the truth.
I said
no, you didn't. No, you didn't. But that is the truth. And the truth of the matter, and honestly, I would say about myself, I really feel like that is a weakness, because people can sometimes take me out of my character really, really fast. You know, they can do something to kind of where I lose my temper. And honestly, it's a weakness. That is a weakness. There's nothing positive about being able to lose your temper that fast. Mm-hmm. So I'm working on that. And honestly, you see Tammy is working on it too, but I feel like it's almost a joke in a sense. Working on it, but then
if you look at a lot of her diary, when she has like the little diary sessions on camera, it's like it's funny to her. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm working on my temper. I can't go from 0 to 60 in a second. But you know, I'm working on it. That's why I have my therapist, and you know, that's something I have to deal with, and you know, this and that. Okay, we all have been through something in life. So I'm not taking that away from her. But don't use it as a crutch for you to act like a fool at 41 years of age a mother of 2 teenage daughters. Mm-hmm. You know, that don't use that because, like I said, the whole thing, and like I said before in one of our videos concerning Evelyn, these women, and I don't know how many you read Royce's blog, right?
On VH1.
On VH1, but she said that I'm let Robert E. touch into the blog. She read it, but if you look back, a lot of the episodes when there was confrontation with Tammy and Evelyn were involved, what was always at their beck and call? Can I go get the presentation?
What?
Be right back. Oh, excuse me. YouTube, this is what we like to call liquid courage in a bottle. Let's see. This is the kind of stuff that you need when you want to turn to the Incredible Hulk. Mm-hmm. A few shots of this, and whoa, this justifies you acting like a jackass on TV. Evidence shows when Evelyn went after Keisha, what's the girl's name? Mm-hmm. Not Keisha, Kenya, in the little winery. Mm-hmm. Again, set up by Shotty. She, as she was getting up, she's sucking hard to get last bit of courage in her so she can have her bottles across the room. Tammy has, now I don't know if I blinked, but I only seen her take one shot. She has some flowers and stuff in a cup. What is that? To be drink with leaves and stuff in there. You ever see them drinks?
Is it the red one?
It's like a clear or frosted looking drink with like leaves and bay leaves and parsley and stuff.
That tastes good. I know that.
I don't know.
She wouldn't know nothing about that.
But has to have that, and you're sitting there, just waiting.
You take the girl asking questions to not you. She wasn't talking to you. She was talking to Shawnee and Evelyn. So if they had an issue with it, they would have said, "Okay, stop the questions." And that would have been an interview. You literally took that. And see, this is when I went back and before when I said that I'm working on my own anger issues. I've got to the point now where when I feel myself getting upset, I get up and I remove myself from the situation. I get up and I walk away. You know, even when I'm upset, frustrated from something outside of my home or friends or something like that, I won't be around people. I will cut my phone off or I'll put my phone on silent and stay in my room. And you
respect it, like, give me a minute.
Yeah.
Because like she said, I've done it too. Just give me a moment to myself because I don't definitely want to go off on somebody who don't deserve don't deserve it. Mm-hmm. But
it's honestly it's weird. It's weird.
The whole situation was very sickening. It was sickening. It was disgusting. Mm-hmm. It was trifling. This goes back to why we have them networks. NBC, ABC, CBS, whatever else, that don't like to cast a lot of African Americans in their reality shows because of...
And let's be honest, African American women.
And it's hard because, what we do today, women, sets the tone for our daughters growing up. I got a 9-year-old daughter, so now... When this is going on, all this BS and cattiness and fightiness, and you got to get drunk just to fight somebody, that makes it hard for my 9-year-old to people to look at her and say, okay, yeah, we're going to give that beautiful black girl a chance. They already going to look at her and be like, oh no, she knows she about drama. I don't like that. And it's not just for my child, it's for all the children of any color that, you have a dominant force that just, wants to show us behind every time. You make it harder for that next man or that next woman or that next child to get ahead because people are going to have that burning image of how your people or your kind or whatever acted. That's we're not going to see no black person on The Bachelorette and The Bachelor shows. We're not. Let's be real. They're by right. They can do that. As long as they got them working for them, they don't have to put them in front of the camera. Why would they? And it's a shame in 2012 to still say that, but it's like it's just getting worse. And now the fact that people are justifying it, and I'm going to tell you something. If Tammy sit there and watch that episode with her daughters to the left and right of her, I wonder how she felt if she watched that episode and did not feel some type of way, some type of guilt, some type of like, oh my God, that was stupid. What was I thinking? Then that's a cold-hearted you know what. Because there's no way, I'm going to tell you the biggest thing that Lady T struggles, is conviction. I do things in life that, at the moment, it's like you don't care, but then when you sit back, dang, I should have done that. Or how's it going to affect my kids? Or how's it going to affect my mother? Whatever. I mean, just like take some Facebook. My mom got a Facebook. I don't cuss on my Facebook page. I don't use things that's going to reflect on my mother. You see what I'm saying? But people don't care. The whole situation is
continuing off of that, another thing, because pretty much that's kind of tapping into, like bullying and things of that nature, and, setting a better example. Well, let's go on to something else that I feel strong about, because, like, when I look at shows like The First 48, and you see people on there that won't snitch or tell when a murder happens, and the comment that came out of Tammy's mouth was, that's a snitch, when it came to the whole thing about Jen doing the lawsuit, right?
Yeah, filing a lawsuit against what's her name, Nina,
whatever
his assistant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she thought that was that. Oh, that's sweet. That's the lowest thing you ever can do. That's a snitch. You take your ass beating and you move on.
You start bringing lawyers.
Yeah, but I got lawyers and police and law enforcement into it. That's just a snitch. Woo! Rewind the tape to last season. Didn't you, or was the season before? Didn't you sue Evelyn? Get the law involved because she took your statements and turned it into some cash flow.
Yeah.
So what makes you different from what makes you what you did different from what Jen did? She handled it the proper way because she probably could have Molly walked her. You know what I'm saying? But why would you, like you said, again, make yourself look like a fool on TV? And like you said, keep on, you only get to see an hour of a 24-hour day. You don't get to see all the stuff about the events leading up to it. Like I said, y'all know when those cameras are rolling. Use that opportunity to do something good or do something right or show us represent in a better way. They're not saying it's going to be smiles because I know the world likes controversy.
And it's not life. Everyone has a little bit of drama in their life every day. Everybody. White, black, Asian, Jamaican, Mexican. Everyone has a little bit of drama in their lives. That's not what we're saying. But when drama comes from something that actually happened and not idiot stuff, little stupid tiny things that people should be blowing up about, or when it comes to ganging up on people, or when it comes to not being able to speak your mind, when it comes to you looking at a grown woman and making this woman feel like a child by yelling at her like she came out your cooch, like that's where the problem. I would never talk to another woman like she's a kid or like she's below me or beneath me, and that's what she did. I mean, turning your chair around, I dare you. I mean, with the purse thing.
If you got something to say, I mean, you want to go for me, here's your chance. My thing is, none of y'all ain't no better than one. Let's get it right. The show's called Basketball Wives. Ain't none of y'all anybody's wife for one. Or even probably going to come close to it. Or, had longevity of being married to somebody for 20, 30 years in the NBA. And, all this shows, still, I don't know how Tammy makes her money. Unless it's Basketball Wives. What does Susie do?
And honestly, I think the image of...
What does Evelyn do? She closed Dolce & Gabbana. What do you call it? What do you do? So y'all profiting off looking like...
I just really feel like the image of the show originally, what Shawnee said, and I thought from what I read, what she said was she wanted this show to actually show the lives of what these women are doing, the lifestyle, how they carry themselves, the businesses that they have a life outside of the image of the man that they were with or the basketball player that they married or whatever the case may be. That was the basis of what the show was about. Literally, you can kind of see that's what the first season was about. Introducing the girls, that you were always seeing something about a charity event. Like you were seeing those things, and then the minute some fight happened, Shawnee said, "Whoa, wait a minute.
Let me pocket that.
Wait a minute. I can make more money showing these girls acting a fool than I can showing them doing something good." And it may be the case. That may be the true example. But when you start to get a following as big as what Basketball Wives has gotten to, you got to really think: is that worth your soul to sit here and put out what you're putting out? Not to other grown people, because we're grown now. We're not going to be influenced by this unless you're really. And another thing, if for some reason that this is acting, Because I know Tammy had said something on her Twitter about, you know, she wishes she could write a tell-all book and things of that nature. Like, if this is fake and you guys are acting, I still wouldn't want to take on the role that you're taking on, because it's not cute at all. It's really, really not, because now you guys are being seen as not only, you know, these despicable people almost, but you're going to be seen as liars. So I hope that's not the case, and I hope you're not doing this just for ratings and or whatever the case may be, because I don't know what type of money they would have to take off reality show for me to do something like that. Like, so people would know this is not real. But of course you can't do that, because people don't want to watch another sitcoms. People do want to see the reality in things. So
yeah, I mean, reality is really taking over TV, which, I mean, that's not problematic, but just really how you represent yourself. And I mean, you know, and I know a lot of people are like, you know, okay, if you had a problem with it, why watch it? It is entertaining. It is entertainment. But at the same time, like, you know, Robert, you say, why it's not worth selling your soul. And like I said, you can choose to have, I mean, everybody's life is not peaches and cream. There's going to be drama. There's going to be stuff. But you, knowing those cameras are rolling, know how far to take things. You know how far, you know when you got to pull the plug. Like I would say, Chloe Lamar, look, he's going through stuff right now. That woman said, I'm pulling the plug on my show because I'm going to get my house in order. I'm going to, you know, help my husband get his stuff together, whatever. You know, so you have to know when to pull the plug and be like, okay, this is not what I want to portray. This is not what I want young girls and young ladies and young, you know, little girls seeing me as being. You know, and I mean, like, you know, the one thing I really have an issue with is the fact that, you know, Tammy feeling this type of way about Keisha, you know, the whole situation, the statement that you had said that would trigger this emotion in you was the statement that she made when she was with Royce and Susie. And my thing is, if you had a big issue of what she said to you, Tammy, you could have took the opportunity to say something to her before y'all got on that plane to go to Tahiti. You don't wait till you get miles, 1,000 miles away from the homeland and then choose to flip on somebody. You know, you could have handled that accordingly. You could have handled it in private, and if you want to do it on TV, you could have handled it at home. So then y'all be in Tahiti sipping margaritas in this beautiful clear water, swimming with the sharks. And that was another thing too, going off of her about that swim. I mean, call her a coward. Oh, she's scared. Oh, Keisha's scary. This and that. But Keisha got in the water while you and Shawnee were fully clothed. Come on, man. Come on. It's like, you know, you do stuff for no reason. You had no reason to go off on that girl. You had no reason. And if you did, you should have justified more on TV. But what we seen, you know, that hour we see, no, that was not just cause for that.
It's really not. And what I wanted to point out too is something that Tammy throws around a lot is respect, and she keeps saying respect, and you know, you know, I respect you, and you gotta respect me, and it's that, like, this is my thing, and this is what I live by, and I tweeted it after I seen the episode. You gotta give respect to get it. And Tammy, I feel like you have done nothing to deserve anyone's respect at all. You talk about people behind their backs just as well as everybody else do. You walk around like you're above everybody else. You know, y'all get mad at Jen for feeling like she's above people, but you guys do it too. You know, you call people out their names. You're doing all this stuff that is unworthy of anyone's respect. And, you know, I just feel like it's one of those things, kind of like how, you know, remember when Eminem first came out, how he would, you know, fight with people.
Yeah, picking beef.
And and then he fought with that one guy from, you probably don't even know, but he fought with this, he fought with this guy from Everclear, or, yeah, I think that was his name. But anyways, he was like, you know, Eminem picks on people he picks on lambs. Yeah. You know, he doesn't pick on other wolves. He picks on people who are kind of defenseless, or people who don't want to fight, or, you know, whatever the case may be. And I feel like that's the same thing. Like, I feel like how the same stuff that they're doing to Keisha, the same stuff that they did to Mika, they did the same thing to Royce. And what's the difference between the three? Royce jumped right back to him. When they tried to fight her, she was right there trying to fight too. Like, I mean, to defend herself, it's kind of like, they couldn't do to Royce what they're doing to these girls now.
Yeah.
And I just, it's just amazing to me. But Tammy, you gotta give respect to giving. You're grown just like they're grown. These are not children you're talking to. They don't have to be like, oh, I gotta respect you. And another thing with the back talking behind somebody's back. I was don't talk about me behind my back. Look, if we're not friends, we're not cool. I don't call you on a regular basis. I don't have to say anything to your face. But I will own up to what I said. If I said something that gets back to you and you ask me, yeah, I did say it, but I don't have to call you and tell you everything I say behind your back because we're not friends. Now, if you were friends and we're best friends or whatever, and I'm talking about you behind your back, then yeah, that's something to be like, why are you talking about me? But if we're not cool, what if I'm talking to you to your face? I don't conversate with you like that.
Yeah.
So that's my thing. I just think it's so funny when people say, don't talk about me behind your back. Okay, well, if we friends.
Why you do it to, I mean, this oh my God, you know, and another thing, it's all about growth maturity. Like I said, a lot of people remember you, Tammy, when you were on the real world, when you had that same attitude. That was eons ago, and you still, at 41, still walk around that same chip on your shoulder. Get over it. You know, like I said, we all have been through something in our past that, you know, a lot of us put it to how we are today. But you have the power to change that. And like I said, I mentioned it in the video before that I don't know how many of y'all read Sister to Sister magazine, but I think her name is Jamie Foster or Jamie Brown, I can't remember her last name, who is editor-in-chief of the magazine. I respect the lady. I love her interviews. But Tammy and her daughter Lyric have a Vice type column thing towards the end of the magazine where people write her daughter, write Tammy, ask questions, and they give responses. You know, I don't know if Miss Jamie watches Basketball Wives. I'm sorry, my brother would call back on the video. But I don't know if she watches the show, but I really hope, I look at Sister being a magazine of taste, of class. So really, if, you know, Miss Jamie, I really want you to take in consideration of the people that you have, put stuff, you know, doing advice columns in your magazines because, you know, as far as I'm concerned, you know, Tammy's not a role model. I don't want my daughter to be Tammy. You know, I don't want my daughter to be fighting, using liquid courage to get your point across. You know, me and my sister, when we didn't have some knockout, drag out arguments, I ain't never had to get drunk, you know, to you know, say something to my sister. And it never have been a public display, you know. So like I said, you know, it's just really be tasteful, you know, what you do. Like say, y'all grown women, y'all got children. Shawnee, you got 5. You know, you the leader of the pack when it comes to the babies. Yeah. You really, I mean, your daughter, you know, you did a little mindless behavior thing for your daughter. Would you want your daughter, Shawnee, to watch Basketball Wives and see Tammy show out like she did? I really wish y'all could see this and answer these questions. Would you, Shawnee? I don't know. Susie got 2 kids. I don't know if they're boys, girls. I don't know, again, what Susie's purpose is. But hey, you know, it's ridiculous.
It is. And another thing, as far as advancing your career, if this is something where you want to make a career out of maybe being on TV or acting or switching it over to sitcoms or movies, people are going to look at this and see your body of work and be like, what? I'm not hiring her. Like, you got to take a page from Miss Nene Leak's book. You see the way she used to act and how it's transitioned to the way she is now, you know, not arguing and the drama. It feels like it's completely something that's changed. And look at where it's getting her.
Of someone maturing and growing.
And changing.
And I mean, literally when she was sitting, when she looked at footage when Marlos and Sheree were going back for, she was like, golly, this is how I used to look.
Yeah.
You know, you have to kind of take a moment and, you know, Michael Jackson said it best, you know, stare at the man in the mirror. You have to stop and check yourself, evaluate your priorities, evaluate how you want people to receive you. At the end of every day, can you really lay your head down at night and say, okay, I was proud of what I did. I was proud of my conduct. You know, there's been many nights I asked myself the question, no, Lady T has not always been proud of the things, how I handled things that day. Then some nights I can go to bed at peace and at ease because I know I did the best I could. You're not doing the best you can, sister. And I'm just gonna put it out there. Like I said, I mean, I hate to be so hostile and aggressive towards this, but it's a really sensitive topic I mean, when it comes to,
yeah, I mean, it's just
the whole thing. Like I said,
you want people to do better.
Yeah, that's the whole. I mean,
and I really hope Tammy listens to Royce and at least sits down and talks with her real friend. Because, like I said before, your real friends are going to tell you when you're doing wrong.
Instead of you having a friend
that boasting you up to do the stuff that you're doing and not saying anything when you're wrong.
We're crazy. That's not cute, Evelyn.
The only thing you're going to be able to do is a reality show. Yeah. With this type of action.
Y'all be good. Y'all be good on Bad Girls Club where they had the teenagers on there. And the girls were 20. And y'all 45 and 50.
You know?
Cutting up like kids.
That's the appropriate show for this behavior. I didn't think that.
It should be called Mature Bad Girls Club starring Tammy and what's her name? Evelyn. And then y'all can use Susie as the little punk girl that y'all tortured in the house.
Exactly.
And, and pour cereal on her face and water on her bed and send her home.
Well, we're going to end it on that note, guys. So if you have any comments, direct it below. And hope
we welcome all the comments and like I said, feel free to disagree. Like I said, just be respectful. Disagree. Be respectful. Be mindful that like I said. Is we all got feelings here too. It's
do not get back into nothing. You are hyped up. You are really hyped up.
It really. I'm gonna tell you. In the preview from next week's episode, I'm probably gonna burst a vessel. I'm just letting you know that now. I know I'm gonna take my blood pressure medicine, my fluid medicine, my heart medicine.
I'm not gonna let her watch next week's episode.
I'm gonna need some Maylab. I'm gonna need some Atlanta. I'm gonna need something. I might need some liquid courage. Because from what that little bit we seen that episode, if she kept that girl's part, good night, loves.
Bye, love.
Bye.
So